All right, guys, my name's Aaron. I got my black belt in Japan. I trained over there for 11 plus years, and I'm going to be showing you some stuff today that has a lot of roots in judo because my instructor originally was a judo guy, learned jiu-jitsu, blah, 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 blah. Maybe some stuff you've seen before, maybe not, but I think it's super, super effective. And it's called the magic grip. And people, why is it called the magic grip? Well, obviously because it's magic. So we're going to find out why here in a second. Adam. Okay, there's a few different ways normally that I'll enter into this. I'll just kind of show you from one way, but at the end I'll kind of show you some of the other options that are available so you can see different perspectives and have other ideas to set it up. So you guys are probably familiar with side control and stuff. This position here is called reverse Keisagatami, right? Which is a reverse scarf hold. Usually arm inside, things like this. A lot of times what ends up happening is a guy is trying to underhook you from here, right? Or if it's a big guy, he might be trying to push you over, things like that. This is a liability, of course. So when I'm in this position, first thing, the main thing is you want obviously to be tight. This leg is right in his hip, so he can't shrimp and reguard on me. When he's starting to do this, this underhook situation, or even before that, preemptively, of course, I want to be here, right on top of your leg. Okay? Now if I'm here, he can underhook me, push me over all this stuff, but if I go down, I'll do it. It bends him down. Basically just 2 inches or so, just right above the elbow. Okay, what I'm looking to do, not indifferent to what you would do if you were doing a kimura. I'm looking to try to take his wrist and pin it to his belly. Just hold it there. Because guys are going to be under here fishing, grabbing things. I just want to pin it down, just isolate. Okay, and now I want to push it. When I push it, it's very hard to see from where you are, but his elbow's coming up. Just a centimeter, 2 centimeters. But sometimes guys will try to pin it to me. When I push it, it comes up, and I want to be here. And then, I want to be here. It's like you got your hand up, like pay up, something like that. Then I'm looking to grab one of a few different things. Perfect world, everybody knows that on gis there's this little V on the corner. I don't know what the hell it is, but whatever. There's this little V thing. If I can get this one is going to be the tightest. But you can use this front part of the V, you can use the bottom of the lapel, you can use the belt, you can even stick your hand in his pants. There's no gi you can use, never mind. So I want this bottom part. And this, guys, is the magic grip. Okay? And everything we're going to do off of this, his arm will start going numb. So everything we're going to do is off of this grip. And this really, really works well if you're maybe a smaller person and not as strong against somebody that's bigger or stronger. But it especially works good if you're big and strong. So if you're a big guy and you like bullying people, you're going to like this one. All right, so we got the magic grip. First, let's just practice getting that set up. So I'll show it one more time and I'll switch directions for you guys who can't see in the back maybe. So let's say we're in side control. Doesn't really matter exactly how you do it. It's trying to underhook, whatever. I switch, reverse case of the time. I'm here, tie it on the elbow. Just so the elbow is here. It's isolated. You're pinning his arm. Isolated movement. Pushing the hand down into the belly button so the elbow comes up. I'm here. You see how this elbow now I have it. So now I'm going to, sometimes I'll just pick the hand up and flip it over. Sometimes I don't need to open it up. I can stick my hand in. The pellet. Depending on how the gi is cut, guys, sometimes you're not going to be able to get this back in. But you can use any of these others. All the principles are going to be the same. Pull it out. Good work. So get this one. I like to have the hand, the palm facing down. Okay? I want it like this. I don't want to grip it like this. Because a couple of reasons. A, it's not as tight. There's more space down here you can't see. And B, when we do some of the other attacks that we're going to do, if your hand is like this, and when you turn around, it kind of gets bound up. So I like it like this, tighter, and it gives us more options. So let's just practice that. But let me turn around and I'll show you one thing. Okay, so you guys see how my leg is here, right? This is really tight, reverse Keisagatami position. He's trying to underhook, whatever. I'm here on the elbow. Push down into the belly button, elbow comes up, cover the elbow, under, magic grip, down, just like that. And that's where we're going to start for this first piece, okay? Does anybody have any questions about that so far? Yes, sir.
Can you also do it when the gi is loose?
You can do it whenever. I mean, if the gi is loose.
Does it have to be under the belt?
No. It doesn't have to be under the belt. Because what ends up happening is it might not be the same way, but there's something to grab. It might be a little tighter, or it might be a little looser. I can still grab it. Or maybe I have to grab the tail and do it like that. It's kind of depend on how the gi's open, how long their gi is. If they're a big guy, maybe the gi's wider. So you can use anything, really. But in a perfect world, like I said, I want this V, this part of the back V. Second would be this. But anything is open, even the belt. You can use the belt. You can put your hand under the belt. You can put your hand in the pants. But these are better. But the other ones are not wrong. All right? There's no other questions so far? All right, let's do it. Is everybody able to get that pretty okay? Anybody still having trouble with that? A couple things to mention wherever my... Gareth. So a couple things to mention that I didn't mention in the first part. Now, if you have it way back here, it's harder. If your hand is up towards the elbow more, it's going to be a little bit easier as well. You just want a little bit sticking out. And another thing, this back leg, in this position, not only for this particular technique, but in this position always, you want to be on your toes. You want to be able to be prepared to push into him. If maybe he tries to explode suddenly or something, you always want to have active, you don't want to be just laying here. You want to be active. Sometimes I'll be active on both feet. You see how both feet, I'm on the toes, so you can be able to counter anything that happens. Okay, that's just one little byproduct. So if everybody's able to get this, we'll start going into the attack series on here. So we have the grip. Just use this one for now. So I have the magic grip. Okay? Who in here does not know how to do a Kimura? Does anybody not know how to do a Kimura? You don't know how to do it? But most of you guys have seen a Kimura. It's a pretty normal position. And people will get it from here, right? So, in the simplest sense, we are just going to sort of walk towards around his head. And then stand him up here. This is no different than that Kimura position you guys have seen before, right? So, but we just have the magic grip now. Okay, so first attack we're going to do is a side triangle, like a judo style triangle. So as you can see here, the way we came in this particular time is his hand is inside my leg. You see, his arm is inside my leg here. So all we're going to do is simply grab the arm here, fall to the same side that we have the magic grip, kick this leg through under his head, and we have a triangle. Okay, so let me show it again. So we're in the magic grip. We walked around, pulled him up. We're in this headquarters, pit stop position, ass in the face position, whatever you call it for the Kimura. The arm is here. Pull the elbow. You can pull the gi, whatever you like. Fall to the side, left leg pops through, but right behind his neck. You basically, his head is going to be, he's using your leg as a pillow. I like to scoop under the shoulder blade to make it tighter. And then heels, no ballerina feet. Pull the heels, pull the arm a little bit, and you'll get the, usually get the tap. One little variation, sometimes, depending on your body type. Maybe the person is tough, strong. There's another little technique here, a little arm lock, just a little shoulder lock. All the while, you're keeping this magic grip, okay? We'll turn around and show it one more time. What are you doing? Magic grip. Grip. So everybody got those two? Any questions about those? Let's do it.
Now, that arm is not always inside the leg, right? So, but for this case, just do it for the sake of it, because if it's not, there's other options that we have. So, if we have this position, and let's say we come around and the arm just ends up there or whatever, there's different stuff. So for the sake of today, or for this particular technique, just make sure it's inside. And then when it's not, you can still put it in if that's what you really want. But there's other options that we're going to explore here in a minute. So if some of you, I saw some of you guys doing it and the arm's not in there, well, that's because sometimes it ends up depending on what they react, and other times not. So let's just give it a shot, but just be mindful to put it in there for the sake of this particular technique, okay? All right, let's go. All right, this might seem a little different for you if you've never done this before. It's one of those things, once you do it a little bit more, you're certainly more familiar with it. So, class will keep moving, but if you guys have any questions about any of this along the way, in the street, in the pub, we'll do it. Just ask me, I'll help you any way I can. So, okay, so let's say we get all this, just to show you how everything sort of connects. So we got the magic grip here. Let's say I can't get any of this, right? All we have to do, guys, is push back, and we're here. And we can come right back. This grip affords us safety. He doesn't have a lot of things he can counter us with. Maybe he can push off and try to push me back and backflip, but you know, we can come back out of this at any time. So if you can't get that triangle, or you can't get that little arm bar, or there's a couple of other things that I do from there as well, but if you can't get them, you can just come back up to this position. So always be mindful of that. This position affords you safety, which, especially as you get at a higher level, you don't want to create opportunities for them to get out, because you might get one chance in a match to, you know, to finish. So, but let's say that the arm is not inside. Or even if it is in this, well, probably better in this case that it's not. So let's say the arm's not inside, we're here. Now we're gonna try, you guys ever heard of a paper cutter choke? Just a version of a paper cutter choke. So we're here. Now, the arm it might not be on his neck, it might just be out, whatever. We're gonna reach back in here with our hand, just like this, just like a knife. I'll open my leg so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm reaching in as deep as I can with the thumb in. This is what I'm looking to do. Shoot my hand in on the neck and get a grip, okay? But I wanna do it inside my leg, and the reason I wanna do it inside my leg is if I'm here, what's he gonna do? He's gonna grab it, probably, right? He's gonna put my hand on it. But if I'm here, how hard now is it for him to grab it? He can't. I'm blocking him with my leg. So I reach way back in and grab it. Nice grip. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and settle, and then I'm gonna put my elbow to the floor. And if I can't get it, putting it to the floor, then we turn north and do that way. Okay, so quickly again. I'm here, hand in. Inside the lapel, just like this. Basically, right at a 45-degree angle from his neck. If it's too far deep, it's gonna be hard for you to turn your hand. So just, not exactly right next to it, but just as the neck starts going towards the back of the neck. So you're in, here. Grip.
See the flare?
Hmm?
The flare of the elbow.
Okay, the flare. So sometimes, let's say you don't get it as deep as you want. My elbow's to the floor now. I'm not finishing him. The finish now is you want to flare like you're going north. You go up towards the head. Here, I have nothing. He's not getting choked. I turn, and it's like you're just sort of doing this motion. Okay? So that happens sometimes. Like maybe it grips and maybe the gi, maybe it, was turned behind his back or something, and it gets loose. If you don't get it, just turn it up. But you keep this the whole time. And then in a perfect world, I'm down here on my chest or on my toes. Oh, sorry. Do it one more time this way. So I'm here in this position. Magic grip. Another. Get my grip. Come down and finish. Any questions about that, guys? Go torture your partners. Ready? Go. If that arm is not inside, because if the arm is inside, you can't really come around easily to finish that. Do you understand? So you kind of take what they give you depending on the positioning and things like that. Does that make sense? Because some of you guys, like, I can't turn over to the other side because your arm is inside. This one is better if the arm is out when you do it. Okay? Does everybody have that pretty well? You want to try it a few more times? Or do you have that one down pretty good? A few more times? All right, do it for another 2 minutes and then we'll come back in, all right? All right, guys. I had one question about something which actually is the next technique, so we'll get right into that. They said, what if they go belly down on you? So, for example, let's say we do the magic grip. You step over, and we go to do this, and they turn that way. No problem. Okay? I'm going to be on my toes, pinning them, and then I'm looking for this. I'm looking to come in here, get his lapel, and then we turn this into a really nasty clap choke. Okay? So if they go belly down on you, you're trying to do the paper cutter, and they want to go this way, no problem. Collapse them. He's at a 45. His mobility is crushed at this point. You can't use his hand to push on the mat to get up. So I'm in here, and I'm getting this as deep as I can get it. Just a normal grip from it. Sometimes I gotta walk it up a little bit, and then I'm here. Maybe I put my head on the mat. Maybe I just walk it down. Kind of depends on him and how. But that's the next technique. So we're here. Trying to go paper cutter. But maybe he does this like he's trying to turtle something. Push him down. This goes in. Clock choke. Spin around. Sorry. You alive still? Here. Can't get this. He starts to go this way. Pressure down. Lots of pressure on your feet, not on your knees. You can't pressure anything. Yeah, he's gonna keep moving. So you gotta be on your toes. This goes in, deep as possible. Elbow back.
Can I see one more time?
Yes, you can. Can you see one more time?
Absolutely.
Sir, yes, sir. Next time, sir. So we're here. Go for this. He turns a bit. On my feet. Any questions about that?
If he defends the hand, so you go back to it.
That's the next one. If he defends the hand, it escalates. Okay? So for right now, let's do this clock choke if they try to. And they don't have to, I mean, you can still, guys, you don't have to do this only if they belly down, because if you're here, you can still do this anyway. You don't have to only do it if they turn belly down. Anytime that they're sort of on their side, you can force them to go a little bit less than 90. And then I can still do the same thing from here. So it doesn't have to be a defense of that. You can take that one first if you want, instead of the paper cutter, or whatever you want. But that's a common defense for the paper cutter. Somebody had asked me, and that was the next technique anyway. So let's get that a shot. Really make your partner pay for this, all right? Make them pay for the turtle. Got it? Let's go. Is everybody understanding the sequence here, how everything's supposed to go together? Does it make sense to most of you guys? That last choke, are you guys getting that okay, or are you having problems with that, or is it all right?
I would have problems finishing more of more neck crank than
Just positions. Just ask me after so we can go over that if you want. We're running short on time, so we'll go to the next one. Okay, so another question that somebody had mentioned, which coincidentally is the next technique. What if they won't let you put your hand on them? Okay, so let's do it from the magic grip.
Grip, grip, grip. Send the hand out. We're here. He's defending a lot. I can't get in there. And this happens. He's answering the phone. Okay? This is where we escalate things a little bit. Okay? So he's here. What is the absolute best position to be in jiu-jitsu? Does anybody know?
On top.
The back. And then we're going to take the back from here. Very simple. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to switch my hips. My left leg is going to go right up against his back. Right? And then I'm going to step. That's 4 points. Now, I'm in a position where I have another tree of techniques that I have. Okay, so he's blocking me. Again, I can't. This left leg, or right leg if you're using, goes right along his back here. Okay, now I'm in an angle where I can just sit. Now this other one comes up behind his head into a technical mount. That's 4 points. Okay? So, again, we're here. We're trying to attack. Garrett's not letting me attack. That makes sense? Okay, let's try that a few times, and then I want to show you a couple of attacks from here quickly. So let's just practice that little piece there. Turn around. That one. Wheel around. Okay, so we're trying to block it. Let's get in. Shut up! Basically 3 steps. We're here. On the chest. 1, 2. Then the knee comes up behind his neck. 3. Let's just practice that for a couple minutes, all right? And then come in and we'll go to the next attack. Got it? Ready, go! We just got 5 minutes left, so I just want to show you like sort of the whole piece of the pie. Because we don't really have time to show you everything and let you drill it. But if you have any questions or anything, please ask me anytime and I'm happy to help. And then we'll take a photo and let the next fellow get up here. So once we get all this, guys, we're here in the magic grip. We're here. We take the back. We have a few different options. Of course, we can just sit and do a normal bow and arrow variation. We have that. We also have another really brutal paper cutter choke, maybe my favorite thing. Here, and then you push on this hand as you pull on this one. This one you push and pull. It's like, so you have that. And then of course, you can just sit and take the back normally if you want and start attacking. You know, active. So you have a lot of variations in all of these things. So we don't have time to drill it, but I just want you to be mindful of the opportunities you have. This grip affords you safety. And you've seen of all the things that we've done, he doesn't really have a big opportunity to escape the whole time because we got him really tied up here. And I think that's a combination of control and options for attack are, very high percentage, yes?
A way out of the script or?
There's a way out of anything. I mean, if a guy's strong or maybe it comes loose or maybe he turtles really fast and you lose control and have to lose it. In a simple term, if you have it really tight, it's kind of hard. Okay, how do you guys know how to get out of a regular Kimura? Sometimes when you throw the elbow to the floor hard and turn into them, that can still be done sometimes. It's harder for them to do that because they're really kind of bound up. But nothing is foolproof. But if you are playing it very tight and you have a lot of control, your chances of him getting out are going to be a lot less. Yeah, if you just sit here like this and he slammed, you can probably undo it. But if you're, like I said, playing tight, keeping pressure on him, it's going to be harder. So just to run through everything real quick today, just as a recap, a couple of other points I wanted to make, which we didn't have time to show, is we set this up from just regular side control, right? Reverse case of Tommy. But guys, if you just do a regular Kimura first, you can still see, and it might be easier for people with shorter arms because the back's off the mat to get this stuff. So you can set all this stuff up you can set it up from that regular Kimura position anyway. You can do it from here. Probably one of the biggest ways that I set it up personally is I'll do it from half guard. Guys are playing knee shield or something like that, or I'll come by it and they're trying to underhook me maybe. I'll set it up, I'll extract, and then I run the sequences that we went over earlier today. So there are other opportunities to do it all over. Guys, even if you're on the back, right? You can set it up from the back, and then you have a really nice control. So you'll see opportunities for it in a lot of different places in sparring. So just be mindful of it and play with it because it really works. I think it really works well. That's about all the time we have left. Does anybody have any specific questions or anything you want me to go over while we have another minute or so? Nothing? Dating advice?
When you do the paper cutter on it, and rather than going belly down away, the Garrett did originally, it goes belly down towards you,
Belly down towards you?
or at least turns into you to try and take that stress off the neck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've experienced that too much, to be honest. I'm here, and he goes belly down into me. I got him with his arm blocked. He needs to put this elbow to the floor, and my shoulder's blocking. Can you really turn that way?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can really do it. Now, if it's open like this, yes. You can see here, if my elbow is open, he can put his elbow to the mat. This is what he needs to turn. But if I have it tight, and I'm here, I'm not even touching, turn it up. You really can't turn that way. Because he's being blocked here. Does that make sense? All right, guys. I just want to thank you guys a lot for coming out to the class. I know it's right after lunch, and maybe your bellies were doing hula hoops around your buttholes. So, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And looking forward to the next time. Thank you very much.